Hello everyone and welcome back again. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be titled Try Something New. Since getting the allotment, I've realised everyone down there, all they seem to grow is potatoes, and a couple of people have said the same thing. Everyone just seems to grow potatoes there, and got me thinking and noticing that everyone seems to be growing the same sort of stuff year on after year. And today's video is just going to be, why not try something new, something different, something you've never grown before. It's something I've always tried to do each year. I'll try and find something. I'll look through seed catalogues or online and try and find something that I've never grown before and give them a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you've not really lost much. You know, it takes up a little bit of space and a little bit of time. And it's interesting to see how different plants grow and the variation of things. So this year, one of the things that I'm growing that's new to me is tomatillos. Never grown these before. I hadn't even heard of these until a couple of years ago. I seen one or two other creators growing them last year and thought, I'm going to try that. So I've got two in here and one on this side. One on this side is not doing anywhere near as well as these two, but these two have grown quite large, bushy plants. They're covered in yellow flowers. Actually really nice looking flowers. They grow a tomato inside of a husk, kind of like a Cape gooseberry or a ground cherry, which I have grown in the past and really enjoyed growing those. They were one that I did not last year, the year before for the first time, and really enjoyed growing those, and didn't grow any this year, but we're trying the tomatillos instead. So really looking forward to trying these. I know a couple of other creators that are growing the same ones, so it's going to be interesting to see how they perform and how they turn out and what they actually taste like. I know that they are good for cooking, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what these taste like. So another new one to me this year is actually a bush gourd. Now again, I'd never heard of a bush gourd. I bought a pack of seeds, mixture of different seeds, and there was a couple in there, so I thought I'd plant them and see what happens. We've ended up with two of them, so I'm going to plant one in here. And see if I can get it to climb up here and train it along this trellising. That still gives us plenty of room to plant a few other bits in the front of this. But giant bush gourd, it's a new one to me. Never grown them before, never even heard of them, but I'm going to give them a go and just see what they do. I'm going to plant them here alongside my sweet peas and some petunias, and we'll get a few other bits planted in the front of this big plant pot here, and we'll put the other one somewhere else. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be something new. It can just be a new way of doing something, trying something a little bit different. I usually grow all my potatoes in 30-litre containers. This year I'm trying quite a few different ways of growing them, and one of the ways is by making a bit of a potato tower. I've got one of these 500 litres garden waste sacks. It's filled with compost, manure. Right in the bottom there's some unbroken down materials, some chicken bedding and some stuff from a compost bin that hadn't broken down, and then we've gradually filled it up. We've added a cage around it just to keep the foliage held back, and as what I've been doing is I've just been putting handfuls of dirt in these as they're growing and just topping this up, and I will put a nice thick layer of straw in the centre of this. But as you can see, these are growing really well in here. They're as tall as me, which isn't very tall, but still for a potato plant it's tall. I'm hoping we should get quite a nice return on them, but again, this is something new that I'm trying this year, so I don't know what the results are going to be like, but it's taking up a little bit of space in the edge of the garden, and if it works out, this could be how I grow my potatoes in the future. So again, doesn't necessarily have to be something new or arranged differently, or just vegetables. Can also be flowers. I'm growing lots of different flowers this year. There's quite a few new ones that I am growing, including the Elysium, which is actually in the Brassica family, and you can actually eat the leaves of these. I'm not going to be eating them, but you can. We've got some Carnation, never grown those before. Cosmos, I have grown before, but it's just a bit of a mixture. We've got some Nasturtium in here. I've grown Nasturtium before, but again, it's a new variety. Empress of India, I think these are called. They're a deep red flower, so I'm really looking forward to those. But we've got quite a diversity of all different flowers, and it's what I've done here, which is something different again, is I've interplanted Cosmos, Carnation, with some red onions and a couple of bell peppers. Now, peppers I've never grown outside successfully before, so this again is something new that I'm trying. So hopefully, because I've got plenty of spare sweet peppers, I'm going to plant a few more outside, but hopefully these do okay. I'm going to use the baskets that we planted the garlic in, and I'm going to put a couple more in those as well. Which brings me to the final part of this video. In these shopping baskets is where I grew some of the best garlic that I've ever grown, and that was down to trying something new, which that's partially the reason why I wanted to do this video, because by trying something new, I've had some of the best success that I've ever had with my garlic, and it's the way that I will be growing it in the future. I am going to try a few different ways again this year, but my main crop is going to be in these baskets right here. But for now, what I'm going to do is I've topped these up with some fresh compost, and I'm going to get a couple of peppers planted in each one of these and a few other bits, but that'll be in another video. So for now, I'd just like to say a massive thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and drop me a comment below. Let me know if you're growing anything new this year, or even trying something different this year. Bye for now.